I grew up in Matatian in a small location called Maluti Township. For me, it was more about the beauty of nature. I think it grew in me how I wanted to protect and to conserve, the environment, knowing how beautiful the country is and what, development can do in harming such a beautiful countryside, you can say. So I grew up knowing that my actions would have a negative impact in the environment. And having now been in that field, I can actually see the benefits of what I've studied and the impact that I have in the workplace. I studied BSc Natural Sciences, where I majored in zoology and botany. I joined SANRAL in 2017, appointed as the Regional Environmental Coordinator. My responsibilities include making sure that SANRAL complies with environmental requirements, that environmental requirements are taken into consideration from the planning phase to design, construction, up to maintenance of all projects. I'm responsible for also drafting procedures and policies and environmental management plans, and to make sure that there's always continuous improvement in all our processes. The most exciting thing about being an environmental coordinator is to see, the work that you've done after the project is completed, and you can see the lives that you've changed through implementing that project. And when you see now that structure that is up there, I'll talk about your Msigaba Bridge, for example. Once the project is completed and one can drive across, that bridge, I will say that I was involved. I've played a role in that. So it does excite me when I can see the infrastructure that has been built by SANRAL and the fact that I have contributed, to that. And also with projects that we're doing, there's a lot of giving back to the community that is done. So when you see a child that you've noticed maybe in the area, and once their lives are changed, through the projects, through people getting jobs and all of that, it does give that satisfaction to say that I have changed lives. I have contributed, even to the building of the country. So to help grow South Africa and to have a hand in that, it does excite me. I engage communities through the public participation process that is done during the EIA phase of the project, where we meet communities and would tell them about the planned project and to hear their views. How do they think the project will affect them? The communities differ. There are communities that would be more, receptive to the development. Then there are those communities that just do not want anything. What do? We would engage the communities to make sure that they understand the planned project and how it will affect them positively and negatively, because there could be negative impacts, and we would then inform them how we plan to mitigate those negative impacts. Once they understand the project, and you need to get them to own the project, to know that it is for them, it is in their area, then they tend to be more receptive and they accept the project and they own it, and it becomes better for SANRAL during the implementation of the project. We still face challenges in some areas. We work through them through your local leadership and other stakeholders that do assist in us engaging the communities. We make sure that we understand their values, their culture of the area, and we make sure that they inform us exactly what is it that they want and what is it that we can do better. We also learn, from their processes and their cultural preferences. During construction of the project, we still engage communities there's different structures that SANRAL has in place. There are your PLCs, and there are also stakeholder engagement sessions that we hold and that I'm part of, where we still engage the communities. For certain projects, we have your environmental monitoring committee meetings, where I interface with your community members, your government departments and agencies, your municipalities and other stakeholders, where I report on the progress and also on the environmental performance by SANRAL to the committees. SANRAL offers environmental awareness training in all construction projects. We also offer environmental training or awareness through our stakeholder engagement events, where we would go and talk to people about managing, a certain aspect of the environment. Like we would have your road safety awareness, where now I would go and talk about your waste management. So it has really helped the communities in managing their environmental side of things. They understand better now what they can and cannot do in conserving their environment, and they understand their impacts they have in the area. And in also we have an issue of climate change, of which a lot of people are not aware that their actions contribute to that. So with this environmental awareness training, it does assist. We've seen now with your environmental awareness training that we do in construction sites, it has helped in a great deal, because now the people that are employed in the project still take the teachings to their immediate families, and it helps even their kids, because they understand what their actions can do to harm the environment. Striking the balance between your environmental management and infrastructure development, it is an interesting topic indeed, because we talk of economic growth and environmental protection. What we have seen is that a lot of people would rather protect the environment and not have any infrastructure developed. But with SANRAL, we have procedures in place to make sure that even though we are building that infrastructure, there is protection or conservation of the environment. You will note that we have the N2 biodiversity offset project that is currently being implemented by ECPTA, where in the areas where the N2 Wild Coast project is implemented, there is also going to be new protected areas that are going to be declared and expanded as part of the protection and conservation of the areas. So there's also a lot of collaboration between engineers, and your social people, where we try and find a balance between your social, environmental, and the economic factors that would contribute to the sustainable development of our infrastructure. Going forward, SANRAL is committed to preserve environmental resources along our roads, and to make sure that people are aware of the negative impact that they have on the environment through your environmental awareness. We will strengthen our engagements and creating awareness to our contractors, our engineers, our suppliers, and everyone that is involved in our projects. We will continue equipping ourselves with changes in legislation and ensuring that we implement all the improving methodologies so that our processes can be for a better SANRAL and a better future, and that our future generation can also enjoy the things that we are enjoying today.